So, yeah, Confucianism is still, the hierarchy is still affecting maybe Korean society. Yeah, absolutely. I think so too. So I want to bring us back to English education for a moment here. Korean education's very different from the English way of studying. So Korean students study English for a long time in both public and private schools.
Yeah.
Why do you think studying English is so important to Korean people that they would study it publicly and in their free time?
Oh yeah, I think it's a very good question. It's kind of a lifelong questions, and in Korea, of course, in Korean history based, Korea is on the having a kind of a good relationship with America, US. That's why, of course, the US Army is based in Korea. That's why, kind of affected by Korean because we are allies, in US. And also, of course, the English is a lingua franca, like a global official language, even though in Korea, like Singapore or any other countries, English is second language, not foreign language like Korea. But in Korea, the English, of course, important when you're doing some working and marketing and business and everything. That's why in Korea, education is the most important thing. So in education, the subject of English is quite important. Yeah, no doubt. I think that's why.
Okay, so you mentioned, of course, the American military here, but you also said that to get a job, some job positions require English. English is the lingua franca, the language of trade, the language of commerce. You also mentioned about the education being very important to Korean people. The education styles of the UK and South Korea, they're very different.
Yeah.
So working in education yourself, can you explain to our listeners how the public and private school systems of South Korea work? So the elementary schools all the way to university and what we call hagwon. What are these? How do they work in Korean society?
Oh yeah, of course. Compared to the British education system, definitely different thing is the time they put actually. The most of students in the UK, they work at school like until before 4 p.m. I guess. And I also had a chance to take a look at some schools in UK, US, and Australia. Of course, I worked in Korea. So I noticed that the Korean students studied at school, and then they have their free time. We called it hagwon. They put the extra work. Well, one good thing is in Korea there's some specific university entrance exam. It's not like US SAT, but I call the kind of a Korean SAT. So lots of most educated talk to that. Of course, in UK there's some GCSE and then A-level test. But I think, Korean education system have to develop and change it a little bit about some policy when going to the university entrance. So I think there's some fundamental difference between the Korean education system.
Would you say Korean education system is more competitive?
Oh yeah, that's why. Yeah. It's very competitive. Of course, the children's want to go to the good university. So that's why.
Do they need to go to a hagwon to go to a good university? Or do they think they need?
Yeah. They have a kind of some think about it's really competitive, so that they think the going to the school is not enough. So they should receive kind of a private education, and so they feel really mental peer pressure and everything. So
Sure.
yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So I want to move away from education, and I want to move slightly into the culture of South Korea. So earlier we talked about British culture being very influential. It's a very, the British Empire, etc. But globally, South Korea has been promoting what has been called the Korean wave. So the Korean wave is which Korean culture has been exported around the world. Culture like music, drama, food. Why do you think South Korean culture is so popular to other countries?
Oh yeah, thanks to to everything, like even Gangnam Style or the BTS, even Korean movie, and then Korean movie. Do you know about the Parasite and then some Squid Game? I think I don't want to big advantage to the Korea, but I think Korean people are quite diligent and try to focus on some things. And then Koreans are really good at IT, and the marketing. And I heard that, even Korean Idol has a lot of competition and some TV programs, so that they want to be their dream. And I heard that they learn kind of more than 14 hours in before and after going into some entertainment. So once they're getting into that entertainment company, and then they practice even not just singing and everything. I mean, marketing.
Sure.
And then like a drills, so like that, in like that kind of a Korean K music, and even movie and everything. So I think that can be one of the reason Korean culture is a global hit. So I hope the Korean culture should be spreaded into the global world, and and also it has a kind of some synergy effect when they are doing, and then makes me popularized, like SNS everything. So it can be a good way and resource to spread it. And even 20 years ago, there are not so many this kind of route to introduce and things. So I think there are lots of people who are ready to be popularized.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. There is a separate podcast on the history of K-pop, which does cover this in some detail, but yeah, absolutely. So Korean culture definitely has been manufactured in some way, including the K-pop, and lots of people like it. It's very exotic, I think, for a lot of people. My last question to you is a personal one for you. What changes have you seen yourself over the last 20 years to Korean society?
Yeah, compared to the past, these days, lots of English, the influence of English is so smeared, spread it into my life. And then more foreigners in the streets, and then we don't feel any difficulties or differentiate. We feel we are all global citizen, and that's kind of things a difference, and more English definitely.
Okay.
So.
Thank you very much for your time,
Tae-yoon,
and thank you for your insights.
Yeah, and then you can just come on over and check my YouTube as well.
Sure. All of Tae-yoon's YouTube channel will be put at the bottom of this video here, so please check her out.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.